Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live. So great to have you with us for this Monday, the 9th day of December, the year 2019. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. Thank you very much. As always, coming alive and at you from the busy streets of Brooklyn, New York, as I chat to you what is happening in the world of sports. Well, the main topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is Week 14 of the National Football League, as we are going down the stretch for the NFL season, as the playoff picture is really started to unfold. It's time slightly. It's literally the time has come to celebrate the men for the boys, as we learned today. Oh, we get into a lot of college football here or there. I get my thoughts on get my thoughts on a lot of things, but I'll start off with Week 14 of the National Football League, as a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Where should we go from here? Could we go with the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs beat the New England Patriots for the second time in a row? Since Week 1 of the 2017 season. We could. You could go with the fact how pathetic the Texans look. We could go with the Rams keep their playoff hopes alive to beat the Seattle Seahawks. But you know what? I'm going to start off with the Jets. Yes, sir. I'm going to start off with the Jets, because I thought the Jets could have lost another game to the Miami Dolphins. But they didn't. You know, they escaped. I will say they escaped. They escaped with a win, because let's be honest, the Jets tried to lose this game and I don't care what the Dolphins says. I think in my opinion, that's a good call for the pass interference. But here's the last thing I want to do. Whoever the commentator for who did the Jets or the Dolphins yesterday? Listen, don't sit here and act like the challenging the pass interference system is working. It's not. I don't care how tell you how more successful he has been the last few weeks. To me, I feel like they should still get rid of it. They still get rid of it, because it's no significance, because if the refs can't make a judgment call, if the ref to me can't make a judgment call on the field, then what the hell is the point of relying on technology to make sure the call is correct? If the ref can't see that, if the ref can't tell is passing interference, then you know what? He should have been refereeing the game. It's simple as that. And let's stop acting like the NFL put that rule out there because the ref screwed up. You know it, and I know it. So let's stop. So let's cut it down. Now let's get to the game with the Jets and Dolphins. As I told you yesterday in the brief edition of Drew Mania Live, they run the football effectively. This is the first time this year the Jets have run the football effectively, and did not use Le'Veon Bell. They use Bilal Powell and Ty Montgomery, and it's no secret. It's no secret. Adam Gase do not like Le'Veon Bell, because if that's the case, if nobody can tell you otherwise, why using Le'Veon Bell last week against the Cincinnati Bengals would have been perfect, because Cincinnati Bengals have one of the worst rushing defense in the National Football League. So, and to me, the Dolphins are the worst. The Dolphins are the worst team between the Bengals and the Dolphins, are the worst team in the National Football League. But nevertheless, they just got the W, and it would have been an ugly, ugly loss. And To me, for some reason, the Jets, and if you, let me tell you something. If you keep Adam Gase, and you want to keep Adam Gase till next season, then you're gonna have problems because number one, and it's obvious, he is too damn conservative. He don't understand what he don't understand what he's doing in the football game. He don't understand the situation. He don't understand. That's what good coaches do. And again, you can't always be trigger true pass the ball. And to me, and by the way, the Jets pass the ball way too much. You got good running backs. There's talent. As you can see, there's talent in that team, and I don't know why they just play the way they do. It makes no sense to me whatsoever for the New York Jets. But they just got the W, and I think to me, I'm not gonna say if I was the owner of the Jets, but whatever. But the whole thing is a disaster. They should have. Nobody in their mama like Adam Gase. Nobody like Adam Gase. The Jets fans don't like Adam Gase. When you watch the Jets play, honestly, it's like watching a slow death. I kid you not. Every time you watch the game, you expect them to lose, and that's not a good sign if you're a Jets fan or you're the owner of the Jets. And how can you sit there as the owner of the Jets, like what you see from Adam Gase? Honestly, I'll get a new coach next year. Get a new coach this year, or get a new coach. Cut ties with him as quickly as possible, because for the last couple of weeks of the NFL season has not been good for the New York Jets. Now let's move on. Now enough with the Jets and the Dolphins. I know I didn't cover too much, but there's really not much to cover as far as the game goes. But the game. Let's go forward to the game of the year. I think is the Saints 49ers. I think the Saints 49ers, it's funny with the 49ers. The same way they lost last week against the Baltimore Ravens is the same way they won against the Saints, because the Saints was leading 20-7 at one point, and I thought this game was going to be a blowout. I'm not going to say here a lie to you. I thought the Saints were going to blow this door open, and the Saints, the 49ers came all the way back. Give the 49ers credit for coming back the way they did, but the Saints, the Saints have not been impressed. I've not been impressed with the New Orleans Saints. Going back to the Thanksgiving night against the Atlanta Falcons, the team they're supposed to beat, and they look at it, and in the last few games they looking to give the game away, and actually they give the game away to the San Francisco 49ers, who, by the way, they're number one overall defense in the NFL, and have put up 40 on them, and have them call all the way back is really unbelievable for the New Orleans Saints. But as far as the 49ers, good bounce back win by them. So they regained the number, as far as thanks to the Seattle Seahawks loss to the Rams, and what a way to show. Well, Seattle forget to show up, but nevertheless, the 49ers are back as the number one seed in the NFC, and the road to the Super Bowl will go to Levi Stadium in January. Did anybody see? I don't know if anybody see the Titans Raiders game. And by the way, the Raiders stink. Who we kidding? The Raiders are not making the playoffs. And by the way, one last thing: the Kansas City Chiefs, with the win against New England, will wrap up for the third year in a row, or fourth year probably, that they'll wrap up the AFC West. So they wrap up the division. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They will be in the playoffs regardless of what happens. So probably they could probably go and rest their guys for the rest of the way. Now, as I was gonna say for Seattle didn't even show up, and to lose to the Rams, I think when I look at the Rams, the LA Rams, the Rams will will be a 40. Rams will be a 10. Will probably win 10 more games and still miss the playoffs, because the way I see it, unless the Vikings choke it out, I don't see the Vikings giving up the game, and I honestly don't see the Seahawks. I don't see the Seahawks giving up the game anytime soon. So, good bounce back win. The 49ers went from wild card to postseason at the same time. So, but anyway, anybody saw the Ryan Tannehill tackle made to the defensive lineman after he threw that interception in the Raiders game? In a Raiders game, and he made the tackle. I couldn't believe what I just saw. A heavy defensive lineman was running, looking to get a touchdown, and then Ryan Tannehill chased him down like a linebacker and just tackle him. So I was really impressed how Ryan Tannehill tackled him. All right, real quickly, let's move on to college football. There's really, honestly, the championship week in college football, the more you think about it, as the years gone by, has become a waste of time. I'm sorry. It become a waste of time because, honestly, there was really nothing to watch. There was really no game to watch. The game I could think of watching, and in Georgia they would show up, was LSU Georgia, but that game was a blowout. And Oklahoma and Baylor to a certain extent. But other than that, the rest of the game was a waste of time. You knew Ohio State was going to beat Wisconsin. You knew that Clemson was going to destroy Virginia. So the championship games has become a waste of time. So typical college football. They make the championship games irrelevant. So why watch? And plus the college football season is pretty much over. And to wrap up the college football season, literally is one of the most celebrated rivalries in all college football, which is Army-Navy game, and I always look forward to watching it. But unfortunately, I'm going to be working, so I hope you guys enjoying and stuff like that. And tonight is the Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and honestly, to me, if the Eagles don't win, the game don't mean nothing. It really don't. I still think the Cowboys will still win the NFC East, because the Eagles are not that good. Let's be honest, the Eagles are not as good in yesteryear, and the Giants are just the Giants now, and it's really sad to see the Giants the way they are. And with that, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com, type in the keyword Andrew L. Perry. Once again, go to Spreaker.com, type in the keyword Andrew Perry, and please follow my show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and of course iHeartRadio. And don't forget to listen to it. Listen to my show here and there on Brooklyn Free Speech Radio. Until next time, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you. And I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.